the House Un-American Activities Committee convened to talk about the American Slav Congress in 51, which we did an episode about, they were sufficiently terrified enough of George to give him an entire chapter of their report.
Yeah.
They list him as like one of the 13 leading communists in the U.S., and it kicks off with this classic line. Because of his military training and espionage experience, and because Western Pennsylvania is a highly strategic industrial area, Wuchinich is one of the most dangerous individuals in the American Slav Congress. And it goes on. He has had considerable experience in communist guerrilla warfare, both in Yugoslavia and China. In addition, he is a graduate of Carnegie Tech, trained as an engineer. Describing his experience, when I volunteered to become an O.S.S. spy, he wrote in the Slavic American for the fall of 1947, I learned to parachute, to shoot, to kill, to live in the woods. Few other Americans had privilege given to me. My assignments took me all over the world. There were months in the woods of Yugoslavia with partisans from 43 to 44, and more months in 45 with the Chinese Communist Eighth Route Army. As an American spy, I had to bury myself among the people. He continued with a eulogy of various communist regimes in China, Yugoslavia, northern Greece, Poland, Czechoslovakia, and advised his readers to add to all of these the Soviet Union. So, for Whack, he is a communist Rambo, just waiting to fucking start blowing bridges up in the heart of America's, steel country. Pretty sick.
I mean, it's kind of their worst nightmare come true.
For real?
Right? You spend all this time. I mean, the O.S.S. right pops up during World War II, and the O.S.S. is interesting because like it's a little bit different than the CIA in that it's also the predecessor to like different special operations units.
Right.
And that like it was both intelligence and like, special ops military bullshit. And so here's a guy that like they trained, they sent to be with all these guerrillas. And then he comes back and he's like, why don't we do the same thing in the Appalachians,
Yes.
Like,
yeah.
And that's probably a pretty terrifying thing to them.
Yes, it's awesome. Yeah. Fritz here. This has been a highly manipulative attempt to entrap you into our Patreon page at patreon.com/tenepod to subscribe and get the full premium episode we've teased here. Also check out our Twitter account, also at Tenepod, and follow us, subscribe, and get the latest updates as well as whatever garbage falls out of our brains. So we cool?